meet you. I'm Mark.
What's your name? What's
Mark.
your last name?
Mayor.
Oh, nice. An easy one.
Mike.
How are you? Jasmina.
Jasmina.
Yes.
What's your name?
My name's Steve Moy. My last name?
Moy.
Moy, M-O-Y.
Friends with my first name, Noy.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Married at First Sight edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? The episode? Me or the episode?
The episode.
Yeah, the episode was a snoozer.
What a the best. Shout out to our friend Katie who messaged us after we said this podcast is going to be a little bit delayed, and she messaged us and said, "Is it because you guys fell asleep trying to watch this episode?"
I mean, true story. We had to watch it twice.
I wouldn't
But
get
it was because of our internet.
Yeah. And that was only part of the delay.
Yeah.
Guys, Roku TV is not a sponsor, never will be a sponsor.
No, Roku TV is okay. It's the brand.
Oh, the Hisense.
Yeah, because we have 2 Roku TVs and the other one we have is awesome.
Yeah, the main one in our living room.
Yeah, no, it's the TV
It
brand.
disconnects.
Yeah.
We're going on a crazy rant here, but it disconnects every 10 minutes when we're trying to watch TV.
Yeah, we need to do something because it's dumb. And we just bought it last year, so...
I think the warranty expired, though, so I don't know what we can do.
That's on us because we are dumb. We've been talking about this for a year, basically, since we got the TV, and we never brought it back.
Yeah, well, at first we thought it was...
Our internet.
And now we realize, no, it's the TV. But I just did some Mario Kart cheat code style thing. I watched a YouTube video, and it was literally like, press the home button 5 times, press fast forward, rewind, play, fast forward. And it brought me to this TV screen that I never knew existed. So fingers crossed I solved the problem. But either way.
That would be good.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
we'll see. Either way, we're here
discussed.
to talk about mass. It wasn't a bad episode. It was just like, all right.
Nothing was really happening.
Till the end, and then even the end, it almost felt like a tease for the next episode.
Yeah, well, I mean, we always get a snoozer or 2 per season, and this was one of them.
The fact that we got 11 episodes in before a snoozer, I think that's a testament to the season. I know some people don't love this season. I see on social media.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like the season a lot.
I think I'm still bummed that Alyssa and Chris called it quits.
I know we
so
got a Chris cameo this episode. They're throwing that guy a bone. They feel bad for him.
Yeah, but yeah, I wish there was more drama. And Lindsay and Mark carried the drama. There is some Leja and Katina drama, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll get into it in a second, guys. Before we do, a couple housekeeping items. Follow us on social media if you can. If your internet is working and you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, follow us on social media at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. That's where we get you guys hollering at us like, where's the episode?
Yeah, and we're really sorry, guys. We are 2 days delayed.
Yes.
It's slightly my fault. Long story short, I had a medical procedure. I had to be under anesthesia. And when I woke up, I have really bad allergies. And me being an idiot, I took 2 Benadryls. And I literally could not function the whole day. I couldn't even walk. So that's on me.
A little propofol, a couple Benadryls,
So
a beer.
yeah,
and,
the beer happened at midnight once I started snapping out of this, but...
Well, don't let our friends worry about you. You're fine.
No, I'm totally fine. It was just, what do you call it?
Like a checkup.
Yeah, it was a checkup. But the Benadryl wasn't a good idea. But hey, my eye was getting like 3 sizes bigger than the other eye. So I just did what I always do. I didn't think of what I
heavy
did
drugs,
the morning,
the
heavy drugs.
anesthesia that you were on earlier.
So my apologies, guys, but you would not want me to do the podcast yesterday.
It could have been interesting.
I would fall asleep during it, which would probably be appropriate.
It'd be apropos to the episode. Yeah. But we're here, so follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Please also make sure you're following us wherever you're listening to the podcast right now. It's so easy to do. Look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as the store with all the plants that MTS went to.
You like that?
Yeah.
Wait, was that a store or was that Lindsay's apartment? It looked the same.
I liked it because My work cactus died. Sad.
Ooh.
And I need a new one, which that's another thing we're gonna do later today.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, look at all these beautiful plants.
Okay. All right. It was
So hot.
Such fresh oxygen.
So hot.
In there. All right. Smash it like it's hot. Absolutely. And one last thing. If you haven't left a review, please do. Thank you guys for the birthday messages. Thank you guys for the reviews.
Yeah, that was so awesome. Thank you so much.
It makes our day. So please, if you haven't left one, shoot us a message or a review or a rating, Apple, Spotify. You can do it all. You can do some of it. Whatever you can do, we love.
I asked John, what was your favorite part about your birthday? And besides the 4 feet tall balloon I gave him, it was the messages from you guys.
Yeah.
And it comes for me too, so thank you.
Yeah, because we tell you all the time, and we're not joking. We don't have friends in real life.
Okay, we have a few.
Well, we don't.
A handful.
When you spend 95% of your free time watching reality television, your friend group tends to go away. And so you've become our friends.
Yeah, who cares? We have each other. We have you guys.
Yeah. So,
That's all we need.
so thank you. All right. Let's get into this episode. Let's try to make it as interesting and exciting as possible. Let's start with Noy and Steve. Okay.
Let's do it.
Steve's balling with his brother. This was the episode.
That's his friend.
No, that's his
No?
brother. That's
Really?
Jeff. That's his brother, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Some friends are like brothers. Some brothers are like friends. I'm pretty sure it was his brother, but I could be wrong. I think it was his brother.
Brother, friend.
Yeah,
Potato,
I call
potato.
my friends my brothers,
Sure.
and vice versa. But
Not
I was
me.
gonna. No, you are. You are my wife.
Yeah, I'm your best friend.
Yes.
But you don't call me your brother.
I call you my lover.
Yes, I like
Yes,
it.
my lover from another mother.
Yeah, let's not.
But this is the episode where we're gonna have some friend interactions. I guess maybe that's why Mark met up with Chris, because Mark doesn't have another friend.
Maybe. I mean,
His landlord, he's burned those bridges.
That's very
He's not
true.
going to meet up with the bed bugs. So maybe that's why he met up with Chris.
I think he seemed to have a group of friends at the wedding.
When you invite your landlord to your wedding, that's a sign you don't really have a huge friend group. When your landlord is your best man and your landlord's a woman, it means you don't have a ton of friends.
Well, I mean, we don't either, so let's not shit on Mark.
Oh, I'm not at all.
But he
I loved
definitely
it.
bonded with Chris.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And until they find out that Alyssa and Mark are messaging.
I
right?
wonder if we're gonna find out on the actual show.
No, I think it's got to be Who knows? Maybe we will.
knows?
That'd be interesting. Okay.
Who knows?
Steve and Jeff, they're playing some basketball. They're shooting some b-ball outside of the school. And Steve says he thinks things are going pretty well between him and Noy. The issue is he's a little overwhelmed by Noy's expectations of him.
Well, they have two issues. One, he's jobless.
Yes.
And two, the noodle fight.
Yeah, the noodle nightmare and the job issue is the two consistents in this season for them.
Yeah, but he's asking Jeff because Jeff's been married for 10 years, which is a decent amount of time,
Very
right?
good. Yeah, for these days, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, and Jeff is like, so 1 month with a stranger, how's it going?
Yeah. Well, okay, here's the thing. Steve says Noy was okay with him not working full time in the beginning. I love how they say, like, oh, in the beginning. It's been
3 weeks later.
It's been like 3
I mean,
weeks.
3 weeks earlier.
Yeah, it's been days. It's literally been days. So she used to be okay, and now it's becoming an issue. She's probably asking more and more questions. What are you going to do? When are you going to do? And that's wearing on Steve. And he's like, I do a lot. I may not have a 9 to 5, but I cook, I clean. He's asking, is this my new role? Am I going to be doing everything around the house now?
Well, if he had a full-time job, I don't think she would expect him to do all that.
And that's the thing. And we'll get to it a little bit later, but it's not necessarily job versus no job. It's like ambition. What are you doing? Are you just sitting on the couch? And so, Steve, if you're going to complain that you're cooking and cleaning, that's ridiculous, because what else are you going to do otherwise? Sit on the couch and play video games? Like, you should do something if you're home.
For sure. And not to mix our shows, but you see it on so many of these 90-day couples when the guy comes to the U.S. and they cannot work
Right.
for the first at least 90 days, right? and actually more because until they get the paperwork, etc.
Find a job,
right? So most of these guys, and I'm usually talking about the younger dudes, they sit around and play video games.
I'm looking at you, Pedro.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Pedro. I'm looking at you.
Pedro turned like the bedroom into the
gosh.
ultimate game. It looked
Yeah.
like a Dave and Buster's.
And Molly and Luis, you remember?
Oh, yeah,
Luis literally did nothing. He didn't even want to help her with her kids.
Right. Absolutely not. He was speaking very dirty too.
Oh yeah,
it was so creepy.
He was the worst, and I'm happy that Molly found Kelly, and it seems to be going well based on social media.
Right.
Yeah.
But there are things you can do if you're not
Exactly.
employed around the house, whether it is cooking or cleaning or looking after the kids. You can make yourself useful.
And that's what Steve does.
He's making himself useful.
Yes.
Right. The issue for me is he's going, I'm getting kind of tired of making myself useful. He's sort of becoming resentful that he's the one cooking, he's the one cleaning.
True, but again, we don't know his job situation. Is he really
Right.
jobless, or is he actually doing some freelancing and trying to figure things out and doing the cleaning in between?
That needs to be settled, and I don't know why it's not, because we have not only these episodes where this is a clear issue, it's not just a viewer issue, it is a Noi issue. And so they should talk about it and get some answers. And then on top of that, we have After Party, where these after parties are being shot more recently when people know that everyone is curious about the job situation. So like somebody ask Steve or somebody ask someone what's going on here, because that would answer so many questions.
That's very true. Well, I'm hoping we'll find out one day.
Got to find out. Okay. So Jeff, his advice is basically address the small issues first. As they come up, address the small issues, which is good. Don't let things be, what's your saying? Well, I guess that's not the saying. I was going to say, don't turn
Don't make
a mosquito into a camel.
Don't make a camel out of a mosquito.
Yeah, that's not really the right saying.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is, don't let things build and build and build when small things will eventually become big things, and then you have to address them. No, address them while they're small.
True, but I have to disagree a little bit. I think in their situation, they should address the big things first. Get it out of the way. Because they're not just dating, they're slowly getting to know each other, and if they find out something crazy, they can just break up and move on. They're married. So you should put everything on the table, address the big things, fight over if you have to,
Yeah.
clear the air, and then if something smaller pops moving forward, then it's going to be easier to address it because you already talked about the big stuff.
No, I completely agree. I just don't think they have that many big issues to deal with. They have one big issue, which is Steve's job. And then the small issues that they are putting on the table, they're putting soggy noodles on the table, and that's becoming an issue. Like, that's a small thing. I guess the way Noi reacted to it by taking off and leaving,
that was a big
that
issue.
could become a big issue.
Job. Steve needs to talk to her about this. It's honestly, it shouldn't be a big issue. It's, all right, you're a freaking grown-up man. You, as far as we know, you didn't inherit millions of dollars that you can just hang around and do nothing.
We don't know.
We don't know, but I doubt it.
I doubt it, yeah.
So what's your plan?
Right, and let's go to the next scene where Noi meets up with her friend, Sammy, because I would say, okay, well, maybe they talked about it in private. Maybe they didn't have it on camera because Steve didn't want to address it on camera. But if that's the case, we wouldn't have the conversation we're having between Noi and her friend, because she'd just be like, yep, Steve and I talked about it. I'm comfortable. I hear where he's coming from. No, Noi's meeting up with her friend, Sammy, and Noi's like, it's been pretty good. If I had to put a number to it, 80% great, 20% ugh.
And Sammy was like, well, what's the 20%?
Right.
It's the job.
It's the job. So if they did talk about it in private, I don't think it would be 20% ugh. Unless, again, I guess it's about ambition. It's about Noi. She even says, I want Steve to get out there and have ambition and passion, and I need to encourage him to do this. So maybe he is sitting on $100 million, right? But he's literally just sitting on it. He's just sitting there, and I get it. That's unattractive. That's unattractive to just sit around in your underwear all day eating noodles
Well, I think if he was sitting on millions of dollars, he wouldn't probably be traveling and sleeping in a van for a year. Just get a camper at least.
That's how we would roll. No pun intended. But I don't know. I think some people, especially super wealthy people, and let's be honest, he's not super wealthy. He's not. Like, maybe he does have a decent savings account, but he doesn't have millions in it.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Who knows? Even if he did, he is in his 30s. That's not going to fly if they want to have a family.
That's very true, too.
Put kids through college and live a comfortable life.
That's very true. They say, I think you need $3 million in retirement savings if you're going to retire when you're like 65. So like that's an average of 20 years off $3 million. So how much could he truly have and how much can he survive off that? Yeah, he needs a job. Noi wants him to get a job. And more than that, she wants Steve to be ambitious, have some drive. You're a full-time dreamer. That's what you're in. Like, what are your dreams? He seems like he must have some idea of what he wants to do. Go chase it.
Yeah, and hopefully he will, because it seems like that's the issue they have.
Yeah, and we'll get to Mark the Shack in a second in his job situation. But if Steve truly has a little bit of a security net financially, then sure, pursue your passion knowing I don't have to take the first job that pops up because I have a little bit of money.
Yeah.
But be proactive about it. Be talking about it. Be looking for that job. And it doesn't seem like he is. And that's what's bothering Noi.
Yeah, and I totally get it. And Noi says, I love Steve, but love is not everything.
Yeah.
And it's true. Love is a huge part of it, right? But there are other things. And let's say, for me, one of the many things why I love you and when I'm attracted to you is because you have a drive. You are very successful in what you do. You do have a passion. And I admire you for that. And it's big part of it.
Of course.
Right? And I feel you feel the same about me and my work and my passions, right? But yeah, if you were sitting around doing nothing, just like more like I cleaned today, I would be like, yeah, that's not gonna work long term.
Right. It makes you a more interesting person to be curious and to have passions and hobbies. And yeah, I get it. That would wear on me if I was Noi too. So it's part financial. Do we have the money to live this life? It's also part how you come across as a human. Are you driven? Are you interesting? Because that's a big part of attraction.
A huge part of it.
And I like what Sammy says when she says, don't fall for the idea of what he could be. Recognize what he is. Because I think so many people either try to change a person. Oh, I can make them more focused. I can make them harder working. Instead of just accepting who they are and going, well, if I can't change them, if they aren't going to change themselves, am I okay with this? And Noi needs to ask herself that question. If Steve continues to be a full-time dreamer, am I okay with that?
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be. And I'll tell you what, you cannot change a person unless the person wants to change.
Right. You can encourage.
Yeah.
You can maybe kickstart. Like, I know I've been hearing you say you want to go to the gym. You want to work out. Like, you should, come on, let's go. Let's do it together. But you can encourage it. You can help it along. But unless they want to do it themselves, they're not going to do it.
100%.
All right, let's get to Steve and Noi's 1-month anniversary celebration.
Yeah. They're celebrating by the water.
Sitting on a concrete block by the harbor. Very romantic.
I mean, why not? We love looking at water.
Yeah. I was a little nervous at first because I thought this was the entire celebration.
Oh.
I was like, this is an unemployed celebration here. We're sitting on a cinder block by the water. But it got better. But first they exchange gifts. Steve gives Noi a leopard print outfit for Sushi the dog.
And for her.
A leopard print dress for Noi.
Z.
Noisy?
I think
That's her
so.
alter, yeah. And Michelle Bolero. Shout out to
my
Big
gosh. Shout out to Big Royalty.
They would fit right in the Bolero family. Yeah, and he ordered himself a leopard print shirt so they can do leopard print family photos. Okay. All right. Steve opens his gift. Noi got him a Polaroid camera. We love that gift. I gave that gift to you.
Yeah, we should use it more. We don't use it as much.
Because we haven't figured out how to take crisp photos of
Yeah,
it. It's
all
very
our
blurry.
photos are blurry.
Yeah.
That must be a trick because it's a nice camera.
I mean, yeah, it's not a Nikon. It's not a $2,000 Nikon camera, but
No.
it's a fun camera. I gave it to
Yeah.
Teresa when we exchanged gifts the night before our wedding. The morning of our wedding.
No, you gave it to me the night before because you said, "Oh, let me give it to you now so we can use it for the rehearsal dinner."
Yeah, I bought the Polaroid camera, then we just captured the weekend's festivities with it. It's a cool gift. I liked it. I think we should.
Yeah, I
maybe we
loved
should-
it. Yeah.
So okay, they exchange gifts. They leave the concrete block and they get on a boat.
Yes, they're gonna boat and sushi.
Boat and sushi.
The actual sushi, not
Not the-
sushi the dog.
Not the dog, yeah. And Noe loves it. She thinks it's a very creative idea, adorable date idea. And they have the conversation about how far they've come in a month. Noe says the stakes are higher now. We can't just walk away when things get tough, even though I did that once. Whoops. I wonder if she said that and then realized, oh, I did that. Or if she was addressing her actions. Like, yeah,
I think she's aware of her actions. And I found this date nice, not just because they're eating sushi on a boat, but because Noe's been new to Boston. Let's not
Yeah.
forget. So Steve is kind of giving her a tour, which is really nice, right? Like,
eating sushi on a boat is like eating a cheeseburger on a farm. You're
I
just
would
like
do that.
you're just like surrounded
I know.
by your meal.
There was only one time when I was eating a burger surrounded by the animals that I felt like, oh, okay. So,
Was I there?
no, it was before I met you.
Then I don't want to hear about it. And neither do our friends.
I was alone.
Okay. No, you weren't. You were surrounded by your dinner.
I was surrounded by buffaloes
Where were you?
in Salt Lake City. On the island in the middle of the Salt Lake. They have buffaloes everywhere. And there was
That's
this one tiny joint that served buffalo burgers. And I literally got there after spending 15 minutes sitting in the car waiting for buffaloes to cross the road. And then I went and I bought a buffalo burger. And I remember it was like hitting me. I'm like, that's so weird that these animals are all over this place. And I'm just sitting here eating
That's
one
good.
of them.
Population control. There's too many.
That is true.
Yeah. It was probably so fresh.
It was really good.
It should be like, oh, this is going to sound bad. I was going to say if you like hit the buffalo with your car, because there were so many on the road, if you hit the buffalo, you make good of the roadkill and you eat it. But
Well, I think you only have a certain amount of time to work on the meat, but
anywho,
Anywho,
we're on the boat. We're eating sushi. Not the dog. And Steve asks, expectation versus reality. Is this the picture you had, Noe? Is this what you expected? And Noe says, it's harder than I thought it would be, but it's also a lot more rewarding.
yes, and they both agreed, which we all know, that this whole process is basically a relationship on speed.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and
And
other drugs.
And so are their fights, and so are their issues. Like everything is brought in very fast. Like you normally you date, and maybe after a couple of months you start seeing a few things here and there you either like or dislike, right?
Yeah.
But this is all happening like now, right? And so they both acknowledge it, which is good because I feel like some couples don't
No.
on the show.
I think
They're
they're
just like, oh my
forced.
God, this is real life.
I think they're forced to acknowledge it by producers or cameras, prompts.
Well, I think Noah and Steve are one of the more realistic couples.
Yeah.
We've definitely seen crazy dreamers on the show, right? And I think Noah and Steve, as much as they literally said, I love you on the second day, at least Noah did, they still have a sense of reality.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
So Steve asks, what would help over the next month? And here we go again. Noe says, I think you need some type of plan. What are you going to do for work? What are you going to do about money? That all needs to be addressed before the final decision. So this is why I don't think they've talked about it.
Yeah.
We're a month in. I don't think they've talked about it.
Well, I think they have, but I don't think Steve has the answer that she
Right.
needs to hear. I'm sure Steve keeps saying, yes, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm working on something. I don't know if I want to go back to 9 to 5. We'll figure it out. And Noah wants to hear, I applied for a job.
Right.
I'm going to be working 9 to 5, 9 to 6, Monday through Friday. This is what I'm going to make. This is what I'm going to save. Like, she wants to have a plan, which I get. I'm that way too.
And especially with her past, her childhood, right? She needs a little security in her life.
100%. And I didn't grow up like her. I had a pretty great childhood, right? But my parents weren't rich, right? It was money were tight at times, and they always made sure that I had everything I needed. So I'm very careful with money too, and you know it.
You are, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I am the one who takes care of our finances, but we talk about it. John knows what I do and everything, but I keep us on track because I want to make sure that we are good. So I absolutely understand Noi. Everything she's worried about, I would be too.
Yeah, completely. And Steve just says, I'm trying to find a solution. I'm trying to work through the problem. And we can't expect each other to change overnight, but we can try. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Try. Really make an effort.
Yeah, because I really hope they'll make it. I think they are a great couple, minus the financial issues.
Right.
But it's not even like financial issues like, oh, Steve owes money here and there, right? It's not like, oh, Steve has debt.
No.
It's Steve doesn't have a job.
Steve may soon be in debt.
It's a Steve Jobless.
Steve Jobs.
It's not the Steve she wanted.
Stevie No Jobs. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about someone else who is a little jobless at the moment.
It's Lindsay and Mark the Shark.
So Mark the Shark. We open up with some self-filming, and whenever there's self-filming, we know it's going to be juicy. Okay. Mark's in the car telling us work has told him to come back once he's done filming.
So
I think
if I understand correctly, right, and you correct me if I'm wrong because
I will.
You sure will. He's not working right now because probably they didn't want cameras around wherever he works, the gym, or I think he manages gyms. Right?
We've heard he sells gym memberships, so he works maybe at the front desk at a gym or something with gyms.
Yeah, but they didn't want the cameras around. That's what I think. So they told him, come back when the show is over.
So do you think he was working there the past 3 weeks or past 4 weeks and they said enough is enough? Or do you think as soon as he said, I got on this show, they said, we don't want you?
Well, I doubt that he was working there because they went on the vacation, then they did the moving, and I feel like he took some time off. Maybe he wants to go back to work now, and they're like, no, like finish what you're doing and then come back.
Yeah. I don't see, that's where I'm torn because they don't film 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
True.
A lot of these individuals and these couples, they're working during the day, then they film at night, they film till late at night. You'll see when they're in the kitchen somewhere, the microwave clock says like 11 o'clock. They're putting in some filming hours late. So I almost feel like he was working maybe for a week or two, or he just came back. Because why would this come up now 4 weeks in?
Yeah.
I almost feel like, sure, he took a week off. They did the honeymoon. Then he came back and the work was probably like, you know what, this is very distracting. I don't like it. Maybe we don't like the way we're being perceived or you're being perceived. Let's just cut ties for now and let's talk about it when you're done with this.
That makes sense.
Because also Lindsay was shitting on his job. If he wasn't working, maybe she wouldn't shit on it. She'd be like, oh, you need to find a job, not shit on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe you are right.
Because now he's looking for other opportunities. It's not even like, all right, I'm going to take this week off or two. He's like, I know I need to work. I need money, which makes me think he was previously working if he needs.
Interesting. Let's go with your version.
Yeah, I think his work was like, you know what, this isn't working for us.
Yeah.
Talk to us when this wraps. So Mark knows Lindsay hasn't always been supportive of his job, of course. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. This is going to be an opportunity for Mark to find something that he loves and Lindsay can be happy about too. So they go to the apartment. They're at the apartment. And Mark tells Lindsay, I need to find a job. So I'm going to look for something in the fitness space Monday through Friday.
Yes. But Lindsay is telling him, well, wait, look for something you actually like. Don't get a job to have a job.
Right.
And then Mark was like, well, what am I going to do? And she's like, well, maybe you can work on getting to know me. Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't like this interaction at all for so many reasons.
No.
I mean, the first reason is you don't like his job, Lindsay. We don't think Mark doesn't like his job. Like you saying, oh, I'd rather you find a job that makes you happy. Maybe the fitness industry makes him happy. Why would he immediately say he's going to go look for a job in that industry if it doesn't make him happy? Mm-hmm. It doesn't make you happy.
Yeah.
Then on the flip side, or another point to this is Lindsay saying, oh, take the week off, get to know me. It's not an either or. Lindsay interprets Mark as choosing a job over choosing his wife.
Yeah.
You got to be able to do both. And in most relationships, people have their significant other and they have a job, and you're able to.
Yeah, that's
have
how
time
life
for both.
works.
That's how life works.
Yeah.
So that's some fairy tale in Lindsay's head of, oh yeah, if Mark has a job, he can't focus on me.
Yes, but at the same time, I appreciate her saying, well, just look for something you'll like long term. Maybe something that's you're gonna appreciate, not something you're gonna do for 3 weeks.
Sure.
And you're gonna be unhappy. I mean, yes, on one hand, he should work. But if she's giving him, let's say, some time to be financially stable while he's looking, as long as he's looking,
Yeah.
right, and interviewing, I think that's good. And if there is an opportunity for him that he doesn't love, he shouldn't jump at it. Like,
I just
try
don't-
to find something you enjoy.
That's not how I understood what she was saying, because she goes, oh, if we're going to be together and have kids, enjoy a week to yourself right now. I feel like she's saying, don't spend time updating your resume. Don't spend time going to interviews. Don't even start the job process until decision day, basically. Spend all your time with me. I hear what you're saying, and I respect that and support that if that's what she's saying. If it truly is, no, don't just jump at the first job. Wait till you find something you love.
Yeah.
To me, it was, don't even start looking. Focus on me. How can you have a job? How can you look for a job and focus on me? That's how I took it. So, again, it's this control. It's this power thing. Do what I say. Focus on me. Don't do that job. Don't work in that industry.
And yes. And I think for Mark, it's the idea of he would have to be dependent on her. And I don't think he wants to be dependent on anyone,
Yeah.
especially not Lindsay, who already is trying to have power over everything. Plus, let's not forget, Mark is responsible for his mom and grandma.
Very true.
So now is Lindsay going to take care of all of them?
Very true. Yeah. Well, I think it's Lindsay feels like Mark is only worried about himself. Mark is only worried about his life, only worried about his job. That's crazy. I mean, if I'm worried about you, that's why I'm worried about finances, because my finances affect you. So for her to be like, oh, because he wants to find a job, he's only worried about himself. It's like, no, he's worried about everyone, including himself and you.
Including himself, because let's not forget, there is going to be this decision day, right?
Yeah.
And after, they might not be together, and Mark might end up
Right.
jobless
Right.
and alone.
That's a really
and
good point.
what do you do next?
That's a really good point. If you guys say no on decision day and you've been supporting him for the last month, now what does he do?
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Well,
Okay, let's go to the Chris cameo. Because
the Echo store.
what is it? An Echo store?
Yeah, Eco.
An Eco
Echo.
store?
Eco.
Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine. It's a garden shop, I think. Mark's meeting up with Chris at the garden shop, and he wants to pick out a gift for the 1 month anniversary.
Yes.
So Chris starts explaining ecotariums to Mark.
They're beautiful. We should get some.
I mean, Alyssa was not just dripping wet. How are her panties not just soaked the way Chris talks about ecotariums?
Was she into sustainability?
No, Chris was so good at ecotariums. I can't believe it. Chris, this one increases libido. This one's like anything to decrease libido, Chris, because Lindsay is fine in that in that department. Yeah.
But what a great gift. She loves plants.
Oh yeah, loves plants. So they're there. They sit down. They want to talk about Mark and Lindsay's relationship. Chris hasn't seen them together since the bowling incident. Mm-hmm. Okay, Mark says the day after bowling was a little awkward, but he realized her past was causing her to act a certain way. But she apologized, and that's the first time she apologized. So that's good. That's somewhat progress.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the fake wolf
The
in
fake
the
wolf?
store?
No.
There was like a fake wolf. Oof, no, like not the dog.
That's a dog.
Ooh,
That's a fake wolf.
wolf.
Yeah.
The animal. Yeah. Did you see that?
No.
I have like a big note about it. Fake wolf.
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry, I missed it. That's it? That's all you have about the fake wolf?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mark says, I'm not in love with Lindsay, but there's still time to see if that can change.
But apparently she's not in love with him either.
Yeah.
I get it. I think she wants to be with him and she wants to change him in a way so he is the way she wants him to be.
I think she just wants to be accepted. And I guess it's kind of sad, but I just mean it like she can't believe someone wouldn't fall in love with her. So I think that's what she wants. She wants the acceptance. Oh yeah, he wants me. Because when people want sex this much, and I've talked about it with Kimberly on 90 Day Fiance with Soulja Boy and Lindsay here. When people, and sure there are people that are this horny, okay? No question about it. I think more so it's a validation thing. They want to feel, oh, they find me attractive. They want to have sex with me. They want to put themselves inside me. And so I think that's
very deep.
Literally. No pun intended.
No pun intended.
I think that's what it is a lot of the time in these circumstances, especially when you have a superficial relationship like a 1-month blind marriage or a 90 Day Fiance. Oh, is Soulja Boy using me? Like, you need proof. You need proof that, oh, you're attracted to me. Oh, you like me. So bang me.
Yes, but also people love banging.
People love banging.
I mean, cheers to banging.
Cheers to banging. People love banging. Absolutely. But I think sometimes there is more to it than just, oh, it feels good. It's like, oh, it feels like I'm being accepted and appreciated.
Okay.
Okay? At least that's how I read some of these situations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was just gonna say, Mark said that he's not ready to say I love you or I'm in love with you. Two different things, Mark. Like, you can love her, but that's not enough to be married to her because I think you need both.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when he put it in a way that I almost feel like he doesn't understand there is a difference between I love you and I'm in love with you.
You don't think he knows the difference?
Because he said, I'm not ready to say I love you or I'm in love with you.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, we say it all the time on this pod. I don't know that 3 weeks or 4 weeks is enough for either of those. I know there's those very rare circumstances, those very rare instances. Sure, right? There's always the anomaly. There's always the exception to the rule. But we got 4 couples here now. Those are no longer anomalies or exceptions or outliers. You got everyone saying, oh, yeah, love, love, love. They're not all in love here, even if they say they are, or they even know what they're saying when they say that word. I don't think.
Yeah, I almost feel like I don't think Mark can fall in love with Lindsay because I think she's just too much for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think Lindsay can't fall in love with Mark because he's too little for her, in a way. She doesn't like what he does. She doesn't like his job. She doesn't like that he had bad bugs. She doesn't like that.
Well, nobody likes that.
Well, yeah, but like all these things.
So many Steve Jobs quotes on his wall.
She keeps finding issues that are superficial, right?
Yeah,
but those
some
are issues
some are
for her.
superficial, some are not.
Well, yeah, the bed bugs are not. That's just gross.
Yeah, the job thing is not necessarily superficial.
No,
I mean,
but
it is
like,
to her.
Listen, let's say he loved that job, right? He makes $60K a year, but it makes him happy.
Right.
It fulfills him. He likes doing it. He has great coworkers. Why would you put him down over that? Why aren't you happy for him?
Absolutely. And I promise you, Lindsay, you would rather him make $60,000 and be happy than make 160,000 and be unhappy.
Yeah.
Because that's going to make your life miserable. Oh, you might love it in the beginning. Oh, we're going to fancy restaurants. We're going on vacation. He's going to be miserable. He's going to make the relationship miserable, your life miserable, his life miserable. So as long as he can hold up his end of the bargain, put some food on the table, pay half the mortgage or rent, let him be happy.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk about their little getaway.
Yeah, the 1 month anniversary.
They're going glamping.
Yeah, and apparently we learned something I didn't know, that Lindsay loves camping. Mark's never done it.
I mean, her apartment looks like she's in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
So I can believe she loves camping.
I love camping too. You don't love camping, but you want to glamp.
I'm down
You
to
wanna-
glamp.
you-
You guys know I'm a man of luxury. The most I've camped, I camped 2 nights, like in Rhode Island, beach/woods. It was fine.
I used to camp alone.
That I don't understand how you did, but I
Well.
respect you for it.
I haven't camped since I met you.
Yeah, I'm so down to glamp. I would glamp the shit out of this teepee. I loved it. Had a fire pit, a grill, a pizza oven. Like, this is my sort of thing.
My issue with glamping is that it's so expensive for no reason. You can buy
So expensive.
You can buy a cool tent and just camp.
Yes, but that's camping. That's not glamping. We've looked up similar properties.
You have
the
to book it like a
experiences.
year in advance.
Book it a
It's
year
out
in
of
advance.
control.
And it's honestly the price of a pretty nice hotel per night.
Well, it's priced of a very expensive 5-star hotel. Some of these tents were like $700 a night.
I mean, that's crazy. But
Yeah,
like
exactly.
this TP experience, we've seen a similar one in Florida. I think it was like $300 a night.
Yeah, who wants to camp in Florida?
No, I'm with you. But it's just crazy expensive. But they're there. It looks awesome.
Looks cool. Looks very cool.
It looks awesome. They're making pizza. They're
And there's a pizza oven.
trying to make pizza. I mean, that's next level glamping. I don't need a pizza oven. I'm down to cook hot dogs over
Yeah.
the campfire. But it's a nice option.
For sure.
It's a nice, if you're there for a week and you want to have pizza one night, it's a nice option.
Lindsay loves it because she knows that MTS is not a camper.
Yeah.
She appreciates him trying.
He's getting out of his comfort zone.
Yeah.
He's doing something for her. And he's got some surprises. He wanted to show Lindsay that he paid attention and he appreciates her. So he got the gifts. He got the plant gift, the eco terrarium, right?
I kind of want it now.
Nah. Well, you could put it at your desk. We don't need
Maybe.
it hanging. We don't need it hanging here. But he's like, this one's got some stones with different meanings, different jaspers that do certain things. It was all lost.
Crystals.
It was all lost on me. But Lindsay loved it.
Very thoughtful.
So they have a little heart to heart. Lindsay's happy. She feels heard. She feels like Mark is trying. So it's good. She didn't get Mark a gift, did she?
She did it. Maybe she did, but we didn't see it.
I think the only gift we saw a wife give a husband was Noi to Steve.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
you're
camera.
right.
I don't think any other wife presented a gift on camera. But we saw the wedding day gifts were edited out. So maybe this too.
Yeah, possibly. I doubt that she wouldn't give him anything.
Oh, I don't think she would.
I think she would.
I don't know
think
if
she would.
I don't know if she would.
But anyways, they're hanging out at the TP. Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. And they got the memory basket. Correct me if I'm wrong. They keep sending these memory baskets at like awkward times,
What do you
right?
mean?
Some people get it in the apartment.
Oh.
Some people get it here.
Yeah.
Did everyone get it on the anniversary actually?
I think on the 1 month anniversary, you get your memory basket.
Okay.
Maybe you choose. Mark knew he was going on this overnight excursion. This would be the right place to
Yeah.
go through it.
So they got the memory basket
Yeah.
with the wedding album and they're watching the wedding videos and Lindsay's loving it. And I feel like every time they do this on maps, many times the couples really look back like, oh, look how happy I was. But he didn't turn out the way I wanted him to be or
Right.
her.
Right.
So it's almost like, oh, but you get the reality check.
Well, it was good for Lindsay because I think she was blacked out during the wedding. So she was like, oh,
That's
this
for
is what
sure.
happened. This is good to see. Yeah, I had no idea how I got here. So now I know.
And Mark the Shark is watching the video. He's like, look at us, how much we've grown. Mark, 1 month.
We were like young kids. I was just a baby shark back then. Now I'm a full-grown Mark the Shark. Yeah, it was
1 month is nothing. 1 month is, I think, oh my gosh, I tried to return the package. It's been in my car for 5 months right now, and it's literally too late. And I unpacked it, and I realized the pants actually fit me, so all good. But 1 month is nothing.
I'm sure it feels a lot longer under these circumstances, right?
I guess.
So Mark says Lindsay's grown to be his best friend and someone he really cares about. I'm telling you, this guy's got no friends. If Lindsay's his best friend and he's going shopping with Chris, he's got no other options.
Maybe that's why he went on maths again.
He's trying to, oh, that's right. That's
Again.
right. So he's like, I feel bad for all the fights we've had. He starts crying, thinking about Lindsay's past and how much pain she's had. And it gets emotional. He starts reflecting on his vows and how he said, I'll always protect her. I'll always protect her. And that's really hitting him. And he says, Lindsay's a really sweet person.
Okay, Mark.
Yeah.
I think he goes like, he's so hot and cold.
That's what you say when you're in the middle of the woods alone with Lindsay, because you know she's probably got a switchblade on her and she might cut him and leave him there to die.
Or she's the one who actually knows how to be in the wilderness.
Right.
So
This is my lifeline.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to piss her off.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I do think about this couple because sometimes I do see them together, but then I take a closer look and I don't. And as I said a couple minutes ago, I don't think Mark is enough for her, and I think she's too much for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, we'll see.
I agree. The biggest issue I had is Mark gets emotional. He's apologizing, right? Oh, I reflect on my vows. Lindsay doesn't apologize for one thing. She doesn't, and not that we know that Mark heard her bowling alley rant, but even even forget that. There's other things she can apologize for, and she's not. She's just sitting there nodding like, yep, keep apologizing to me. Yep.
Because that's her, unfortunately.
I know.
That's her personality. And if Mark wants to be with her, he's going to be the one apologizing and doing all the work
Yeah,
for the relationship.
completely. I will say, for me, hands down the best anniversary celebration, this glamping.
Oh, yeah. The setup,
Yeah,
that was great.
Sign us up. All right. Let's talk about Katina and Elijah on.
Yes.
And then we'll end with the real Katina and Elijah drama. But for now, let me just say this. Their segment opened up with her cooking breakfast, trying to surprise Elijah. And you love to see the effort, but every time I see her trying, I'm like, why? Stop. Like,
yeah. Also, put a butter on the pan because
okay.
you're burning the eggs.
Okay. I'm sure Elijah will let her know.
Yeah.
But she's breaking her back to satisfy this guy. And I just feel like what has he done for you other than give you orders what to do? And you're like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll make you breakfast. I'll surprise you with food. Yes. Like I just want it to be equal. I just hope it's equal.
Well, she promised she'll try, and she is
I know.
trying. I do feel bad for her, but I hope that that's her doing. That's not him waking her up. Okay, I'm going to get up in 30 minutes. You get up now. I want a hot breakfast plate on the table and some coffee, a little bit of half and half, no sugar.
Yeah. So I like to wake up to the fresh smell of bacon cooking in the
And
morning.
he said it. Oh, no, it's Michael Scott. Michael Scott.
That's when he burned his foot.
On George Foreman grill.
I lay out 5 strips of bacon in the morning. I wake up. I plug in the George Foreman.
Because I don't have a butler.
I don't have a butler. I go back to bed and I wake up to the smell of bacon. So good.
So good. So good.
So Katina's FaceTiming her friend Amani. And Katina's like, married life, definitely an adjustment. Elijah was getting frustrated because I was being a little guarded, but I'm working on that. And she brings up how she was hurt in the past when she's given her all, when she's been emotional, when she's been all in. She was hurt in the past because of that. And so that's affected her in the way she's handling this relationship and acting and approaching this relationship. But she's trying now. She wants to open up. She feels more comfortable opening up now.
Yes. And she's saying, well, we are attracted to each other. There is some romance,
Ooh, a little romance.
but we don't bang.
Yes. And that is a head scratcher to me because we saw the end of the last episode when it was a full body massage. There was whips and chains, and Elijah carried Katina into the bedroom. It's like, you just stop after that?
Yeah.
You stop? Teresa and I banged after that. How did they stop?
TMI.
Also joking. But
He's joking. But yeah, absolutely. I don't understand that Elijah one is actually the one who's holding back. And poor Katina, he's like, yeah, like we're trying to build the emotional connection. You want to bang him, Katina. We know it. Why is he holding back?
Here's what would worry me about a guy like Elijah, a.k.a. Isaac. He's a guy who's had a lot of sex, apparently. Right? Was banging everything on the weekends, during the week, morning, noon, and night.
Moms,
daughters, sometimes together, sometimes apart. But now he's gone cold turkey for a month. If I was Katina, I'd be like, are you getting something on the side? Like, how are you all of a sudden going from having sex all the time to being super satisfied, not doing anything sexually?
And we know that he is attracted to her. He said it so many times, and she is gorgeous. So I don't think that's the issue. Even Chris, back in Atlanta, even though Paige was beautiful and attractive, Chris didn't find her attractive.
Right.
However, he kept banging her.
They still had, so he was trying to bang his way to being attracted to her.
So I don't know what's going on, Elijah one.
I know. It's still that same old saying, want to build an emotional connection first.
Yeah.
But we're attracted to each other.
Right. So they're home, and they got the 1 month anniversary basket.
Carrot cake, champagne.
A plaque.
A plaque of their vows.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
cheesy.
They all got the plaque of their vows.
Yes.
We said we wanted to do something with our vows.
Yeah, I want to make a photo album for us because we made a photo album for our families, but not for us.
And we would just put the vows.
I want to put more into the photo album, not just the photos, the vows, like fun photos we have like on our phones or something, not just the professional ones, right? Like make it more personable. That's what I wanted to. I don't want to make a glass plaque and put it next to the broken TV.
Understood. So, okay, cut to Katina and Elijah celebrating their 1 month anniversary. And this was fantastic. So Katina planned something special. And she's like,
this is so bad. Why did she plan it? He's the dude.
Well, you know why she planned it.
Why?
Elijah, this is how he is. He's like, no, you cook for me, you clean for me, you plan, you do everything for me. I'm going to sit back and enjoy. Of course.
Like, for our anniversaries, like we usually plan it together, or I would expect you to plan it. We like doing shit together, so we do it together. But I would never just, I don't know. I feel like it's weird, especially in their situation when they've been together for 1 month. I feel like the guy should step up, not to make roles like guys and girls.
I don't really subscribe to those gender roles.
No. But as a guy, you should be the one to wow the girl, right?
Yes and no. I think it should be equal. And like if I'm going to surprise you, then you surprise me.
Absolutely.
If I'm going to give you a gift, then you give me a gift.
Absolutely. But I feel like Katina's doing all that.
Of course. Well, the saddest part was she goes, I planned this, but Elijah can plan the 1 year anniversary. All right, let's see. Because you're setting a precedent where he's going to get very comfortable with you doing everything. And a year from now, when you say, why don't you plan something? He's going to go, what do you mean? You've been doing it all for the past year. But here's what is planned. According to Elijah, a gondola. It's like a boat where you get super high.
I was literally gonna say that. It's like you just smoke some weed.
You just smoke some weed on this boat. You're floating, the boat's floating. It's the gondola, which is a great Shark Tank idea. Right? So,
I mean, in Mass, it's legal, so why not?
That's very true. Mm-hmm. So Katina says she did a gondola in Italy. So this makes it feel like they're away from home. I didn't know you could do gondolas.
In Boston, right?
You can do duck tours. Duck tours are the big thing. It's these boats that drive on land and then drive right into the water.
Oh.
Gondola did not know about. But this is cool.
We're going to Boston in a couple of months. Maybe we'll do that.
We could do a boat tour for sure.
Yeah.
Elijah's liking it. He feels like Katina really stepped up. And he goes, this last week, you stepped up. You showed me who Katina is. I hate that it's always this competition or he's just trying to push her to, what can she do next? What can I get her to do next? Oh, yeah, this is who you are. It's always a test.
I hate it. And he's like, one day I'll hopefully love my wife. Dude, she does everything for you. Like, you saying that is just putting her down. Like, I get it. You don't love her at the moment. Don't say it. Just let it be and let it work itself out.
I really think my wife is starting to understand me. I think we're at like an 8.5 right now, maybe a 9.
It's about like me.
It's all me.
Me.
All me. He goes, I can't say the L word, though. Not yet. To be fair, he can't say the G word either. He can't say gondola either. So there's a lot of words he can't say. I won't hold that against him. So we cut to the apartment, and Elijah goes, I think the man that sits on the couch with you right now is a great man. Stop talking in third person, first of all.
And stop talking about yourself all the time.
Yeah. And that's because his wife calls out his errors. Like now he's trying to be this, I have errors and you call me out and that makes me a better man. And he tells Katina, you're an amazing person. Your cooking may not be the best, but it's something we look at and laugh at. Oh, I'm sure she loves that when you're roasting her when she's in the kitchen. I'm sure she loves that.
And she's like, and he adds, I wouldn't change you, Katina. In my heart, I feel like we've reached another moment. What does it even mean?
It's all words.
Yeah.
It's all
he
words.
He loves talking. He loves talking.
Oh, look, a rabbit. He's done nothing to change. He's changed some of his words, but he's done nothing physical, actionable. It's all words.
And then, okay, I didn't get this. Did he make her to put his clothes on because she complains that it's big, or did she wanted to put his clothes on to sleep in?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not when they go to sleep?
They go to bed and she's putting his clothes on.
Yeah, I remember her putting them on. I forget what led to that. I remember him being like, "Where's the stuff Dr. Viviana gave us?" Oh, the handcuffs? Yeah, but I forget.
What is it? Does he like, okay, I need you to smell like me, so you need to wear my clothes because I want to cuddle with myself.
Right, because it's right. Nobody loves Elijah more than Elijah
Very true.
loves Elijah. Yeah. Yeah, the segment ends with Katina telling the camera, I just love, not love. I just like being with my husband. Katina.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right. We need to take a quick break. But when we get back, it's going to heat up. This episode's going to heat up. All right. We'll be back in a second. And we're back. And
hello.
Hello. What did you do with your time off?
Oh, I just sat here and I was watching you, looking at your beer.
Oh, okay.
We chit chat.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about one more couple, and then we'll get to the dinner party.
Jasmina and Michael.
Yeah. Michael's got his friend Travis over the apartment.
Travis loves Mr. Feeney. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yeah, it's a nice dog. Michael's saying marriage is a roller coaster. A lot of arguing, a lot of trying to figure out how to communicate with each other. Some ups and downs.
You know what's funny? That I don't feel about marriage like that. I think marriage is a relationship that's actually official.
Okay.
You have it on a paper.
Okay.
Right? It's not a roller coaster.
You know what the meaning behind saying something's a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's ups and downs.
Yeah. So what is it? I don't follow your official.
I'm saying that for me, I don't see marriage as a roller coaster.
Why? There are definitely ups and downs in all relationships.
Yeah, but not like up and down, up and down. It's like down, up, down. It's like a roller coaster for babies.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
something's very mild, and
mean,
here and there you get a bump.
You're speaking about our marriage.
No. I'm speaking about how I view, obviously, my own experiences, our marriage,
I
right?
think there are a lot of people, and talk to people who are divorced, that would disagree with you. I'm
But
sure.
I think that was a crazy roller coaster.
Yeah.
But I would hope, okay, let me rephrase it. I would hope that in general, marriage is a baby roller coaster for more people.
Sure.
Where you hit a little bump here and there, but
Yeah.
it's mostly smooth.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people say, marriage is a roller coaster. It should not be a roller coaster.
No. But again,
You see what I'm saying?
I do. I just disagree with you because what, 50% of marriages end in divorce?
Yeah, that's just sad.
It's sad. And so I think and it may not be a roller coaster. It may just be a tower of terror where it's just a drop. There might not even be ups.
Yeah, that's
right?
not even a roller coaster. That's just dumb.
That's a nightmare. But I think, we're fortunate and not everyone is.
We are, but I'm saying I think that's what marriage should be, a baby roller coaster.
What
Like
I
a
would-
roller coaster you can take a baby on.
What I would say, if we're going to continue with this metaphor, is too many people get on the ride knowing it's a roller coaster. They know they know their relationship's a roller coaster, and they still choose to get on the ride. Maybe don't get on the ride if you know it's going to be a roller coaster. Go on a different
interesting.
ride.
I think marriage should be the roller coaster you can bring a cup of coffee on without spilling it.
Okay.
You get a little bump here and there, but
Yeah.
you can balance it out. Your baby's not gonna freak out. Like it's a baby coaster. It's a baby coaster.
Okay. All right.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. So Michael says recently they had a big breakthrough. Jasmina told him she was purposely not being vulnerable with him because she felt like he wasn't all in on the marriage. And this is one of those self-fulfilling prophecies where one person's not going all in, so then the other person doesn't go all in
Yeah.
because that person's not going all in.
Well, Michael is saying, I'm really trying. I even changed my schedule for Mr. Feeney, which is a big sacrifice. It's not his dog.
It's not his dog,
Yeah.
but it is now. So it's good that he's accepting
That's
that
what I'm
and
saying. It's a sacrifice.
and aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's putting some effort in, and they're communicating better. He's realizing the needs, what Jasmina needs, and maybe it's not just about what Michael thought she needed, but about what she really needs. So he says, there's stuff I love about Jasmina, and I know we got to work on things if this relationship is going to go the distance. We got the 1 month anniversary coming up, so I planned something super romantic.
Let's get to this.
Let's get to it. Michael is setting up some romantic decorations, fake rose petals.
He's very excited about the 1 month anniversary.
He's fired up.
He prepped snacks.
Some pastries, some candles. It turns out he's a big candle guy.
Well, his thing is he hopes to bring the wedding spark back. Right?
Yes.
So they got the anniversary basket too.
Yep.
And Jasmina's loving it.
Yes. He gets Jasmine out of bed. He walks her out to the surprise. Right. Yeah. She loves it. She knows he put effort into this, so she's very happy. And they start looking through the photo album. Jasmine is remembering how much fun they had.
And
on
the
that
plug, they got the plug.
the plaque. We all got the plaques. And it makes Jasmina wish every day was this good, right? We saw we could be happy. Why can't every day be this good?
Yeah.
And she feels like we're in a good place, but things can only get better. And they look at their vows that they read on their wedding day. And Michael, Mr. Romance over here, okay?
Ooh.
He goes, we wrote those vows when we were strangers. Tonight, we should rewrite our vows now that we know each other.
I like it.
I like it. That's
it's a little
romantic.
cheesy. It's a little cheesy, but I like it.
It's because it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, when we wrote our vows, we wrote them about people we knew.
Yeah.
They just wrote boilerplate generic.
Very true. Very true.
They Googled wedding vows and printed the first one they saw. Now they know each other. Let's rewrite them. Let's hear what we really think about each other and our commitments to each other.
Very true.
So they toast to new beginnings, starting fresh with new vows. Beautiful. All right. Cut to Michael and Jasmine all dressed up. They're arriving to a hotel It is the hotel they got married at.
Nice move, Michael.
Very nice move. I know. I wonder how much it's the couple's idea and how much it's the producer's idea.
Interesting.
Like, did Mark the Shock really go,
I
you
was
know,
just gonna say.
Lindsay really loves camping. We should camp. Or was it a producer's idea?
I feel like maybe Mark talks to them and say, well, Lindsay loves this and that. She loves camping, but I don't camp. I don't really know how to do it. And the producers might be like, well, how about you guys glamp? It's like
Yeah.
a nice medium. And
Yeah. I wonder, because again, they're at the hotel.
yeah, I was going to say same for them. Maybe they ask Michael, hey, what's your plan for the anniversary? And he could be like, well, I want to recreate the wedding, sparks, and probably some nice dinner and drinks. And the producers might be like, whoa, how about you have it at the hotel?
Maybe, because I feel like if you're going to book this hotel, you're going to book this courtyard, you can't do it the day before. This has to be planned out, I would imagine, week or two
I guess.
3.
I don't know.
So maybe the producers, when they booked the wedding venue, they're like, also, a month later, we're going to have one of the couples do an anniversary date there.
Interesting. Who knows?
Who knows? But they're at the courtyard where they said, I do. Jasmine is impressed. And so the plan is to recite the newly written vows. They're going to say their vows, their new vows, the same place they said their original vows.
I like Jasmina's. This one sentence she said that she vows to trust him and not to fight him, but for him.
Let me read.
very nice.
I tried to get down as much as I
Okay.
could. Here's Jasmina. Here's her vows. From this day forward, I promise to give you 100% in everything I do. I vow to stop fighting with you and fight for us. I promise to trust you for life, even in the kitchen when you cook, and I promise to make you feel heard. I will accept you unconditionally and vow not to cut you off and create a safe space and a beautiful life for us. I promise to light up your life like the candles you light every night.
That's nice.
I didn't know you're such a candle guy.
Oh, Mike loves his candle. I mean, he lives with ladies. Even though
That's
he didn't
true.
tell us.
That's
For a
true.
while, he lives with
Should've
ladies.
known, yeah.
He was raised by ladies.
It's true.
Who-
I like a good candle.
I was literally going to say, and who doesn't like a good candle?
I like a good candle.
You sometimes go to the store and come back with a candle.
I love a candle. I mean, I go to Publix. I'm not going to Yankee Candle or some
No, that's too
Restoration
fancy.
Hardware. Publix.
That's too fancy.
Beautiful selection of candles. Target, great candles.
I was just going to say, I
Like
think
the
our
tobacco
candles,
leather
yeah.
candles. Love those candles. Okay. Then Michael hits us with his vows. 30 days ago, we met as strangers. Marriage for us has been a roller coaster. He loves the roller coaster.
Ah, it's so tacky.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Keep going,
some
keep
people love
going.
roller coasters. Scary, uncomfortable, but the beauty is that neither of us have gotten off. We're on this ride together. I promise to give you 100% every day.
I promise you, if I Google vows, it's gonna be one of them.
You think a roller coaster? I don't think that's a good vow, but
I think it's definitely that. Like the way he said it, that
yeah,
it's been a roller coaster, but
up
you
and down,
didn't
but
get
we're on
off.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very nice, very sweet. So they finish their vows, and then they start dancing, which has got to be so awkward because I don't think there's music playing. There's no sound system. There's no DJ. Maybe
Yeah.
one of the producers is playing something on their iPhone, but they look happy. They start talking about the relationship, and they agree we found our rhythm. Right? Michael feels like because of what we went through the first month, we're now better equipped to handle issues moving forward.
And he feels like he's falling for Jasmina.
Ooh.
Jasmina's shocked that he recreated the wedding day and she loves it. So that was definitely a good time for these two lovers.
Yeah.
It wasn't a roller coaster.
This was good. This was good. And I would say at this point, it seems like they would say yes on decision day. If I had to.
If decision day was tomorrow morning, I would say yes.
Yeah.
But hey, we still have a month.
Still got a little bit to go. They get back to the apartment. They continue the party. Michael brings out the wedding cake. Another classic move. Very romantic. They got into bed and they do something that I patented over the pandemic. They get beverages. Okay, if you guys have been listening to this podcast from the early days, you know we're a fan of beverages. B-E-D.
Beverage.
B-E-D-V-E-R-A-G-E-S. Beverages, which is when you take a cocktail into bed. Okay, it's fine. Not every night.
Do it before you brush your teeth
Yeah.
and then brush them afterwards. Otherwise, the booze is not gonna taste well.
I think we did some beverages for our birthdays, but I don't think we had done it for a long time before.
Yeah, we cut on drinking for sure. We did a beverage on your birthday.
Mine, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful. You guys should try it. In moderation.
In moderation.
In moderation.
Instead of hitting the club, just hit the bed.
Hit the beverage.
With a beverage.
Yeah. Okay. Trademark patent pending. Okay. So it was good. It was all lovey-dovey. All right. Let's get to the group dinner.
Yeah, so the group hang.
So all the couples, they're meeting up for dinner. They're taking a party bus to the restaurant. This is the stuff Alyssa's going to watch back and have serious FOMO.
That's literally
About.
the only thing she was
This is
there
all,
for.
all she wanted was to be on the party bus heading to a group dinner. She didn't want marriage. She didn't want a guy, Chris. No, she wanted group hangs.
Yeah. Classic MTS is kicking this off. So how is everyone feeling about the relationship?
Falling in love, falling in like. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Lindsay's like, on the third day, I told Mark I loved him.
Did she?
I think so.
But now she
On the
doesn't love
honey-
him apparently.
On the
so
honeymoon? I
Oh.
think so. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens. You move too fast. And
yeah. Jasmina saying they both need to communicate. Classic.
yeah.
But
Noi.
they'll treat every day like it's decision day.
This is nice.
This is nice. I like it
that.
too. Yeah.
Noi says, for me, I had puppy love for Steve right away. But I think we're at a stage where I can say, I love you. I'm in love with you. And I like you. She was there at the day 3. What is this? I'm at a point where I can say, love
I
you.
can understand puppy love. Like, I
Yeah.
definitely had puppy love for you way before we said it. I just didn't say it because I waited. Like, I was mesmerized with it. I still am,
Ooh.
obviously. But I was all like excited and everything was going well. But I didn't just say it to say it. I wanted to make sure I want to say it. Same for you. And then we just both took time. But definitely there was some love feeling for you way before.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
Yeah, well, yeah. But I think puppy love, I interpret puppy love as a crush. When someone's like, there's
Oh.
puppy, I think it's a crush. I don't think puppy love is love.
No.
I think it's,
Although
crush.
I would love a puppy.
Okay, that's different. That's different. Mark says, hasn't been easy. We had tough weeks, but we need to focus on what our life looks like in 4 weeks. If we can align, then we can make it work post-decision day. And Lindsay's like, yeah, I've been all in since day 1. Mark's been giving me some whiplash and makes me wonder if he's all in or not. This is where you think like, maybe this is going to be the drama. Maybe Mark and Lindsay are going to be the dinner
Let's
drama.
talk about the dramatic couple because Katina says she needs consistency, right?
Yes.
And Elijah one feels like they have great chemistry, but he questions if it's a marriage chemistry or a friendship chemistry. Get out of here.
Uh-huh.
He is such a douche.
Oh, boy.
Like in front of everyone, you literally put her down like this.
I mean, yeah. Well, he says,
That's not something you discuss in a group.
yeah. He goes, I go off what I see. But if we're going to be honest, there's something I noticed today.
Yeah. And then he says something that really pissed me off. He said, well, I question if this marriage is somewhat real. If this... Dude, you make her do things. You make her bend over backwards for you. And you question if it's real?
It's just so bad because everyone is sitting there like,
Exactly.
what's happening? And
It's-
Katina doesn't
yeah.
know. And that's the worst part is Katina doesn't know what's happening. It's not like they got into an argument that morning and Katina knows, I get it. Elijah's upset because of X, Y, or Z. Katina's sitting there as confused as all of us.
I feel so bad for her, but let's get into it. Because apparently on the way over, Elijah borrowed Katina's phone and he found something he didn't like, right?
Yes, which made him start questioning things. Let me say this. I don't think you were watching with me. I forget where you went. Maybe you were in the shower, but I caught some after party.
Yeah, I went to shower.
I caught some after party this episode. And Katina was talking about, while all this was happening, what she thought Elijah was referring to.
What?
So apparently, they got on the party bus.
Okay.
Production didn't want them to drink. So they gave them
They were drinking champagne.
They gave them non-alcoholic champagne.
like
Like
apple
sparkling
cider.
apple cider. And of course, Lindsay's like, oh, hell no. So Lindsay said, I have some vodka in my apartment.
Oh, my gosh.
Let me run up and get the bottle. And so she brought vodka.
Oh my
And
god.
so the girls were drinking it. And Elijah, we learn on this after party, he's like a one drink kind of guy. And he wants you to have one drink. He'll have one drink, and if you have two drinks, he's going to be pissed, and that's a control issue, and that's very disturbing
control
and
issue.
trouble. Like, hey man, you don't have to drink, but don't tell me how much
Yeah.
I can drink. So she thought Elijah was pissed that on the ride over, Katina kept drinking when he wanted her to stop. So that's what she's thinking is happening.
Interesting, because she doesn't know what's going on.
Right. And she's like, you're bringing this up now in front of everyone instead of talking to me in private. And Lindsay kind of butts in a little bit. Oh, I hear you. Oh, I hear you. You and I are so alike. I know you're ride or die. But Katina's sitting here not knowing what's going on.
Didn't she call Katina a bitch? Something like, oh, this bitch doesn't know. Or
Oh, I didn't write that down, but
I
potentially.
think she did, but
Potentially.
yeah, she was that. But you could tell Lindsay's again, 3 drinks too many.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she butt chugged that rest of the bottle of vodka before she got off the bus. But Elijah's like, I don't want to address this on camera because it could get ugly and make her look bad. So I'll address it one-on-one. Then don't bring it up.
Exactly.
That was literally the worst. Like, it was bad that he brought it up, but the fact that he brought it up and then just let it fester out there, like not telling anyone, that's worse than bringing it up and actually letting everyone know. Because we're sitting there going, what could it be?
Yeah.
We're all thinking the worst possible scenario.
But wait, I don't know if you caught it. As they were like leaving, right? Elijah offered Katina his arm and smiled.
No.
There was like this. It was like a second of him looking at he was offering her his arm. He looked at her and smiled. So I must feel like, was this fight fake? Because if I was pissed at you, I would not be offering you my arm and smiling at you.
I think that's how messed up his mind is that he thinks, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to look like the bigger person. Even though I just dropped this bomb and essentially gonna walk away from it, I'm gonna try to look like the man of this situation and be classy about it. It's like, no, you already threw class out the window
That's a good point.
when you brought this up in front of everyone. Now you're trying to play it off like, oh yeah, I'm so respectable. It's like, no, you're not. I
Yeah.
think it's all an act.
I can see that. Well, that's a great point. But they get home, and Elijah reveals why he's pissed.
Well, he asks to see Katina's phone, and he starts look. Because did we say that on the bus that he was?
Yeah, I said that he was pissed because on the bus he borrowed her
borrowed her phone and he saw
and he
something.
saw something he didn't like.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, at the apartment, he grabs the phone, starts looking through it, and turns the phone to her and goes, "Why do you have that?" And what that was a dating app.
Yeah. And she says it's old. And I get it in a way that they've been married for a month. Let's say
know.
she maybe deleted when she signed up for marriage first time, but she forgot she had it on her phone. I can understand. Like I have,
Say that again. She deleted it when?
I mean, that she didn't delete it. She
Yeah.
got off of it once she signed up for marriage first sight, and maybe they called her that she's getting married. That's when she stopped using it.
Right,
Because
but
before
didn't-
she didn't know, right?
Right.
She could keep dating.
Sure.
But I have so many apps on my phone, but I use most of them on like the first and second scroll. Then you scroll 4 times
Mm-hmm.
and have random shit there that I probably used once 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I don't use it anymore, but I didn't delete it. So
Yeah.
I can understand that she still has her dating app on the phone because it's been a month and 2 weeks? They told them they're getting married 2 weeks prior to the weddings, right?
Right.
So it's a month and a half.
Right.
I can totally see how she forgot.
Yeah, it's not the best look, if I'm going to be honest. It's not the best, but it's not a huge red flag. I think we may have had we met on
Tinder.
on Tinder. I think we had a conversation about it. Like, all right, let's delete the apps or something. Or you asked me, did I delete it? We talked about it.
Yeah, after I asked you for if you want to be my boyfriend.
Yeah.
and we deleted it. But
But it was like a joint discussion.
yeah,
And I think maybe that's what it should be. He shouldn't have just exploded. He should have been like, hey, I deleted mine. What are you thinking? You should delete yours too. It shouldn't just be, I see the app and now I expect the worst.
also having the app, I wouldn't care that much. But if you really wanted to get deep, open the app and see if she's messaging
Right.
people. If there are no messages prior to the day that she was told she's getting married, you cannot be mad at her.
That's
if
such a
she
good
is
point.
talking to guys, well, that's a whole different story. But her I think I had Tinder on my phone for another 4 months or 3 months after we started dating, not using it. It was just sitting on my phone.
Yep. That's a really good point. I mean, having the app is one thing. It's about
Yeah.
using the app. And it gets bad. They both start screaming. Katina's yelling for producers to get the mic off, or we're gonna see the real Katina. Which
I want to see the real Katina because Elijah deserves this real Katina as she talks about.
I do. I just, as a viewer, I hate hearing that because I go, what have we been seeing?
Oh.
Have we not? Have you been putting on a facade?
That's interesting.
When I watch reality TV, I know it's not 100% reality, but I want to see the real person, the real stories. So when she's like, you're going to see the real Katina, maybe that's just slang for you're going to see me go crazy. You're going to see me go wild. But I was like, oh. So they both take their mics off, and that's a wrap for the episode.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen next.
I forget the previews.
I did too.
They.
I did too. Well, I can't wait for. Usually, my favorite part of maths is when they go on the joint vacation.
Yeah.
It's always good.
I hope Chris gets an invite and Alyssa doesn't.
Oh no, I want both of them to get an invite.
That's true.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, those are the best episodes when everyone's together just getting wasted. But yeah, I forget. I mean, that was an explosive fight.
Yeah.
And
Over literally nothing.
No, I
Yeah.
think you bring a great point up, which is look, has
Yeah.
she been messaging?
Yeah.
Because then you have a real argument. If she just has an app on her phone, you have nothing.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing to talk about. So it's going to be tough to come back from. That was pretty explosive.
We'll see.
But Katina's going to apologize because that's who she is. She feels like everything is her fault. And
She's gonna burn his ex again, and it'll be good.
she's going to what?
Burn his ex.
Oh, burn his eggs? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were saying X, like X.
Oh no,
Girlfriend.
burn his egg.
Oh, got it.
EGGS.
Got it. Oh, I know how to spell. Gondola.
Ganja. Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, I had more fun talking about the episode than I did watching the
Yeah,
episode,
absolutely.
I would say. So I think maybe this was the sleeper of the season, and then
Hopefully.
we'll be back with something very exciting.
But we hope we didn't put you to sleep, guys.
No.
Like I put myself to sleep yesterday.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that again. Guys, make sure you're following us on Instagram. That way you'll be up to date when we have to delay an episode because Teresa overdoses on sedatives. You'll know that the episode is coming at a later date. So follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod.
Yes, guys. And if you are on Instagram, say hello, message us, talk to us, leave a review. Not on Instagram.
I mean, you could message us your thoughts about
Yeah.
the pod, about the episode. But
That's
yeah,
what I said.
if you want to leave a review, do that on Apple or Spotify.
Yeah.
You can rate, you can review. We love it. Also, make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening right now. So easy to do. Look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as the glamping. Because it was hot.
What was it before? Was it as hot as the terrarium or eco?
Yeah,
terrarium?
the eco store.
Got it. Okay. All right.
They just
you love
did
nature.
cool stuff.
You love nature.
I do love nature.
Okay. Also, we got some merch if you want. If you want to rep the brand, married3realitypodcast.com. There's a button for the store. We got shirts. We got sweatshirts. We got mugs. We got
Beer glasses.
beer glasses. That's it, really.
That's it. We got. Did you say sweatshirts?
Got a sweatshirt. Got a sticker, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta see if they have any new items.
I know.
We
We should
could
check
put
back
our
in.
things
It'd be great
on.
if they had shot glasses. I feel like that'd
Yeah.
be very. Oh, we got mugs.
I said that. You
you
said
said
that too.
mugs,
We
oh.
said it at the same time.
I think that means we've said it all.
I think we definitely said it all.
You said it all?
I've said
I
it
said
all.
it all? All right. That means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.